is up, boys and girls? Hello, my friends. I hope you guys are having a great day today. I know I am. I had the pleasure of going to the theater yesterday and checking out Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. This is a prequel to Fury Road, the one that came almost 10 years ago now, I think. But yeah, this is a prequel to that. This tells us basically the backstory of Charlize Theron's character, or Theron, or however you say her name, Charlize Theron's character of Furiosa from Fury Road. Not that this character really needed a prequel movie to explain it, but, you know, it's the times we live in, I suppose. I didn't really like this, guys. I'm gonna be frank with you. I didn't care for it. It's 2.5 hours, like 2:25, 2:30, somewhere in there. And man, did this drag in points. Okay, so you know the first Mad Max came out back in like the late 70s with Mel Gibson, and then we had Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior, and then we had Thunderdome, and like all those were like kind of high octane action flicks. You know, they had decent stories, but they were pretty simple stories of like, oh, we need gasoline, or oh, we need bullets, or whatever. And there was a journey of trying to accomplish getting gasoline to move on to greener pastures kind of thing in the wasteland. But this tells her story from the get-go. They give her the Anakin Skywalker treatment, even though she did not need it. It picks up from like when she's a little girl, like 7, 8 years old, you know, in the land of plenty, milk and honey. And then she gets taken, and it shows her kind of grow up. And at first she's with Dementus, who is played by Chris Hemsworth. And I must say, I enjoyed his performance. Some people are kind of dogging on him for it, but I really enjoyed his performance. But we follow her through all these different like chapters of her life. Okay, I'm not there to watch an hour of post-apocalyptic Pippi Longstocking's coming of age, okay? I don't care about that. They should have started the movie probably about 45 minutes in when she's doing some stuff on the Fury Road with a crew. That's when they probably should have introduced it and started, in my opinion, right? So, and then another thing. God bless George Miller. I love the man. He's made some cool movies, you know, throughout his life. Mad Max's are like his babies, you know. And Fury Road was probably his swan song. That was the best it's ever going to get. Because this was, you know, when you watch Mad Max, right? Or you're watching any kind of film that involves cars and explosions, right? You want to see real cars. You want to hear real cars. You want to see real explosions. I don't want to see CGI everything. And poor CGI at that. Okay, the explosions, the CGI fire, it was varying degrees of crappy, right? What really, really takes you out of this film is when there's like a scene where they're traveling, or it's like, you can tell there's a green screen behind them. It's like they're superimposed on it. It looks terrible. I equate it to, it's the equivalent of like when, you know, in like the 1950s or 40s movies when they're driving in a car and like you see, and there's like the back windshield, and then you can see, you know, there's no real cars back there. It's like a movie screen on a reel, and it's just going around and pretending like it's scenery, right? That is the equivalent of what I'm watching when I watch Fury Road and see that kind of BS. If you're going to put them on a green screen, at least make them look seamless. Render it properly. If you're going to have your cars doing ridiculous stunts, either do them for real or don't do them at all, in my opinion, especially if you're going to make it so terribly rendered and I can tell that it's fake. Like it looked like PlayStation 5 cutscenes, and not the super great PS5 cutscenes. I'm talking about like a cutscene from a game that's been remastered from 20 years ago on the PS5. That's the kind of rendering we're looking at on Furiosa, and it turned me off to the movie. I was so glad when the movie was over and I was able to get up and leave. Like, I was not impressed with that at all. And then I understand progressing your plot, progressing your story. You have to go forward, right? But don't have your characters make stupid decisions just for the sake of moving your plot forward. Don't have your main character run down a hallway knowing good and damn well something's down there about to get them just to progress your story. Like, don't make your characters make stupid decisions. That's all I'm saying. Because there were plenty of instances of that in this, and it bothered me. It really, really bothered me, especially when our characters have grown up in this wasteland. They know that everybody's a scumbag. DTA, baby, don't trust anybody. They know this, but yet they're like, Humpty Dumpty Dumpty, I'm going to go do this. That drives me crazy. And there was a lot of that. A lot of bad CGI. I mean, the only thing I can say, the positive of this movie, was I enjoyed Chris Hemsworth a lot. And I liked Anya Taylor-Joy. Is it Anya Taylor-Joy or Anya Joy Taylor? Whatever. The chick from The Witch. I liked her a lot. And I liked Chris Hemsworth. But first off, I don't think there was really enough Chris Hemsworth in the film, because we see him at the beginning, we see him kind of towards the end, but then in the middle, you know, I don't know, it seems like there was too long of a prologue to get into the meat and potatoes of the movie. We're there to watch Furiosa. Like I said, I don't need to see Pippi Longstocking's post-apocalypse, right? Living in her land of milk and honey, getting captured. It's too much. It made the movie overly long. It overstayed its welcome, because I should never leave a Mad Max movie going, God, I'm glad that's over. You know? That's a shame. And I hated that because like I said, I have enjoyed every Mad Max film since the time I was a wee lad, a young boy, watching Road Warrior on the wood grain TV in my grandparents' living room, up until Fury Road, where I was blown away with the special effects and the fire tornado and all. That was CGI, but it looked awesome. This looked terrible. Again, I can't reiterate that enough, how bad the CGI looked. I mean, George Miller, do it right or don't do it at all. You should have just tapped out with Fury Road and been done. Rode off into the sunset with your money and your awards and been done with Mad Max, or passed the torch to someone else who will like that sucker and do it better than you. That's what you should have done, George, but you didn't. So, guys, Mad Max, Furiosa, Saga, no, Furiosa, Mad Max Saga gets 2 stars out of 5 because it was trash. And, you know, I'll die on that hill. I didn't like it. So 2 stars, guys. If you like my reviews, if you like my channel, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and thank you so much. And, guys, I am going to keep making these suckers as long as you keep watching them. I love you. Peace out, and I'll see you next time.